Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. My name is Jason Meisner. I'm coming to you from Southwest Florida in Cape Coral, and I am an ISR with a company called MPG Extreme. And this video is going to be titled, Why Did I Choose MPG Extreme? So before we get into the depth of that, I'm going to say that this is not going to be your typical MLM type of video where I direct you right to the comp plan and the product. And then I can make all those arguments because there are certainly things that separate us from that aspect as well, but I'm talking more personally here. So with that being said, you probably should know a little bit of background on me. My wife and I joined some of these network companies for the first time back in 2011. And I was just trying to get some income coming in so I could get off a night shift. And I had a good friend of mine that worked, in the office, and I was trying like crazy because it was unionized, so there was a pecking order that would allow you to get on the day shift. And I was down the pecking order ways, even after being there about 5 years. So that's just how it works. And I was trying like crazy to get onto a day shift, as someone who was going to be newly married and everything. I really wanted to make sure that, I was focusing on my wife and being a good husband. So I didn't want to be sleeping for the vast majority of the day when I was married. That was my whole point. So we started looking at some of these companies that we could latch onto. And we latched onto one that was selling ladies designer jeans. That was 2011. Literally left my job at that company so I could get back on days to sling designer jeans. That was it, and we had a nice 4-year run, I would say, with some of these companies. And we went from company to company like a lot of people do. I ended up getting a car bonus in one of the companies, and we got caught up in some of these big momentum swings and stuff like that. And then we also had some really poor experiences, and those were all towards the end, where it was really very clear to me that it really was going to depend. A lot of these opportunities really depend on who you latched onto and who you could trust. And we just felt at that point, there just weren't that many people we could trust or hitch our cart to that we were confident in. So we let it go. And that was in 2015. So fast forward to 2022, when I first heard about this, roughly May of 2022. And it was a concept. There was no product. There was no website. There wasn't anything other than, and then they wouldn't give us the name. Initially, they wouldn't even give us the product. When I found out what the product was and who would we be working with, that's when things started to become very clear, because I was not looking, my wife for sure too, not looking for another network marketing company to join any type of MLM situation. We were out. I mean, not looking at all whatsoever. But when this fell in our lap and we found out the depth of it, we couldn't say no. And it was just that simple. So 7 years where we didn't have confidence in where some parts of that industry and some of the people were going, that changed with this. So what changed? Well, number one, and I know I said this isn't going to be a typical MLM thingy, but this isn't typical when it comes to the product, right? In the past, we've had people tell us about products that were fantastic. Many of those products along the way changed or were manipulated in a way, and sometimes the company had a choice, sometimes they didn't. But regardless, it felt like the control over what happened there was out of your hands. So if you got the rug pulled out from under you because the product changed, hey, been there, done that several times. I totally understand. So again, maybe you can relate to this. This product is not going to be changed. That's the best part. It's patented. They receive the exclusive rights to distribute this product worldwide. And the best part from my perspective is this product had a 3-year run under similar circumstances economically and from gas price perspective, diesel price perspective. 2006 to 2008, that product ran with a company called FFI, and it did 300 million in sales in 3 years and had 1 million total customers and distributors. Now, I don't know what other kind of companies you guys have been in or what you're looking for, but I love treasure maps. I like it, especially when it tells you where you're going to go and where you're going to be and what you're going to find there. And to me, that means in 3 years, we're going to find 300 million in sales and 1 million customers and distributors. And we're at the beginning of this thing, which as of the making of this video, which is March 20th, 2023, we are still way at the beginning of this thing. We have just touched the initial flirts with going international, you guys. So we're still way at the beginning of this. In FFI, they did over 220 countries and territories. So if you like a track record and you like an opportunity where the risk is mitigated a little bit, because yes, we're a startup, but we're essentially a rebranding of the company FFI. So if you like track records like I do, that will really help in your decision. This is going to work, and we will be going to over 200 plus countries and territories, just like FFI did. Now, the leadership and who I could trust. Okay, that was a big deal. I've known Andy and Nancy Burling now for over 10 years. Andy is from my hometown of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I've known Mike Renz and Kurt Krogman now for 30 plus years, also from my hometown in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Andy and Nancy Burling were some of the top distributors that launched FFI at the beginning. So they worked with this product for that 3 years, and they made a lot of money. I know I got to be careful what I say here, but they made a lot of money. Okay. So I knew about all of that. So when I found out that that was the product we were going to be working with, and we were going to be working with Andy and Nancy Burling as the master distributors now, that didn't hurt my feelings any. Okay. I trust them. I had a good experience with them over 10 years ago. So that really helped in my decision-making as well. Now, Mike Renz and Kurt Krogman, Kurt's my sponsor. Mike is his sponsor. They've been friends for years, again, from my hometown. Back in the day, they weren't networkers, but Mike joined FFI with Andy and Nancy when it had its first run. That was his first taste of networking. And he has gone on to become a very reputable internet and just team building, expert network marketer in general. And Kurt is no slouch himself. So that took care of the issues for me as far as a leadership standpoint went, as far as a product standpoint went. Plus, I knew that they wanted to expand this into more of a legacy company. So they were going to have a marketplace that was attached to this company, and it was just going to expand as we went. And that's exactly what has happened. So as we're sitting here 8 months into this venture, which 3 months were a pre-launch and the rest has been officially launched. So that's exactly what's been happening. Now, since that initial decision was made to get started, they've acquired a couple of other products, this being one. So we've got Weight Loss Coffee. Totally has launched other companies on its own. We have Extreme Travel AI now, which is, if you're familiar with World Ventures, that was not around anymore, and how many millions of people were in World Ventures, a very similar setup to World Ventures, using artificial intelligence to scrape for the best deals in the internet. And some of those deals, some of these big companies like Travelocity don't have access to. And yet here we are with these 3, key products now after 8 months. And truth be told, we're working on a 4th. Myself and another business partner and I are working on a 4th that hopefully here by the end of the month, we'll have a pretty good idea where that's going. So here you'll have 3, now potentially 4 products that actually have launched other companies by themselves. And now we have it all here in one company. And that company has yet to really breach that international marketplace in the way that FFI has done, in the past, so using that as the benchmark, plus seeing the additions of all the products that are coming in to this marketplace that are going to be supportive products on top of these core products, man, this is a total home run, you guys. You factor on top of that here, we can share some screens here. Moving forward, we won't go through all of these, but just a couple of important ones. Again, your 35-year track record's a big deal. But here's the other thing, you guys. This is not going to be a cloud company. We actually have a physical location in Maple Grove, Minnesota, 18,000 square foot facility that manufactures, even manufactures for other companies. I've been in there. It's very much there, very much in existence. And there's even room to expand at this facility, you guys, for when this company takes off even further. So we're not going to have any, situation that comes up where there's a cloud problem, where people can't get a hold of customer service representatives. You can see right here, it employs in-house staff with cross-trained customer service representatives. In other words, when you've got an issue, you call, someone answers, or there's a recording saying someone will get back to you. So we've got the leadership, we got the products. You guys, I've got another video that gets into the comp plan a little bit. I'll put it down in the description. You're welcome to look at that. But all the key concerns that I had with being in and participating in an MLM again, were all taken care of. All my concerns that I was worried about from a leadership, changing the product perspective, physical location was definitely a big deal too. Didn't want it to be a cloud company. And yeah, that's been it, you guys. So if you can relate to that, and if you've had issues with MLM in the past and, you just couldn't seem to get traction somewhere, take a good peek at MPG Extreme, you guys. I couldn't recommend it more. I mean, our experience with the product, the company so far, which by the way, considering it's a brand new company, they've never missed a payment. They've never missed dispersing of checks. They've been doing it since the pre-launch. Okay. They're just not skipping a beat. And I kind of knew it would be that way because of the people that were involved and the product that we had, considering we're getting things up and running, there really just haven't been that many hiccups. So again, if you're looking for an opportunity to be at the beginning, to be literally at the tip of the spear before something goes crazy, this is probably your opportunity. So I'll include my information in the description below. If you're looking for someone to be your sponsor, I'll be happy to be your sponsor. Just give me a text before you call, and we'll see if you're a good fit. So thanks for watching the video, everybody. Have a great night.